and click record. So we are recording and streaming on YouTube. They are presenting from Opportunity Now, and those presenters are Mr. Joe Lewis, Rod Washington, Alayna Carpenter, and Erin Champagne. I am going to allow them to introduce themselves and and share with you what is the Opportunity Now. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Joe Lewis, and I'm the team leader of the XP Synergy Companies and Opportunity Now. It's a pleasure and an honor to be participating this year with the virtual conference, and we will start our presentation now. There is a message on the screen that says the meeting is being recorded, so if that can be removed, just got it. All right, so Rod, we can go to the next slide, please. Okay, title of our presentation is Opportunity Now and Success Can't Wait, which is the slogan for Opportunity Now. I'd like you to meet our team. I am the team leader of the XP Synergy Companies and Opportunity Now. And again, it's a pleasure to meet and see everyone that is participating. Next slide. We also have Miss Alayna Carter, our Director of Adult Services, participating today. Next slide. Miss Erin Champagne, our Program Specialist for Youth Services, is joining our team to participate. And Mr. Rod Washington, our Director of Communications and Client Services, is also joining our presentation. So I want to begin by telling you who we are. Our vision is to engage and empower our customers, whether they are adult or youth populations, to determine their own futures, encourage their peers, and drive themselves, their families, and their communities towards self-awareness, and just as importantly, self-sufficiency. As an organization, we have 126 staff positions across 12 offices. We are in 3 states, Louisiana, Texas, and Nevada. And the number we are most proud of is that we've been able to impact the lives of thousands of customers and consumers and partners. Next slide. This is a snapshot of our organizational structure. It's made up of administration and operations. Then we have adult services, youth services. We have creative services. We have special projects and initiatives. We have launched our bachelor level and master level internships and initiatives. And we have a quality assurance division or unit that works across our entire company. So a little historical background about Opportunity Now. It began in 2013 as an initiative for the city of Baton Rouge and their Workforce Development Board. In 2014, it expanded to do outreach and self-sufficiency services for the Home of Terrebonne Housing Authority. And from there, we also worked with launching self-sufficiency services for other housing authorities under the brand Opportunity Now. And in 2015, we became a vendor to provide VR services for adults with disabilities through Louisiana Rehabilitation Services, LRS. In 2016, we provided transition services for students with disabilities as a pre-ETS vendor for LRS. 2017, we launched a transition services pilot for students with disabilities in the state of Texas. 2018, we signed a contract with the Texas Workforce Commission to provide pre-employment transition services. And late last year, we were awarded a statewide contract by the Texas Workforce Commission to also do employment services for adults and youth with disabilities. So now, as we speak on our adult services, I would like to turn the presentation over to Ms. Alayna Carter.
With belief that everyone deserves to pursue and achieve their dreams. This is a question that we're often asking ourselves as well as the people that we work with. Next slide. So with adult services, our main focus is providing human development and self-sufficiency services for the adult population that we work with. Our primary focus is adults with disabilities, as well as the returning citizens. And our overall clients are on the federal, state, and local governments, as well as housing authorities and community-based organizations throughout the entire state of Louisiana. Next slide. Our primary focus is to advocate for those individuals by helping them and empowering them to overcome any obstacles and the stereotypes that they do face on a daily basis. How do we do this? We do this by providing various resources that create positive individual changes, as well as focusing on uplifting entire communities and providing individuals with a second chance at life. Next slide. We work with individuals who have various barriers, and those barriers can include anything on the physical side, as well as mental and intellectual or learning disabilities. We also work with the population that suffers with substance abuse and alcoholism to help them become self-sufficient, and our overall main focus is for them to find long-term and gainful employment. Now, we have been working with both Louisiana Rehabilitation Services, LRS, as well as Texas Workforce Commission to not only advocate and provide skills and employment training for those consumers and customers we serve, but we also help to engage with the employers so that they are able to obtain and retain the individuals we're working with. We're going out, we're speaking with various employers, and we're selling them and letting them know the benefits of hiring the individuals that we're currently working with. The individuals that we do refer to them are already equipped with the proper training and skills that they need for employment. Next slide. We have been providing vocational rehabilitation services for over 6 years and participants through various programs. I'm going to talk more about those programs in a bit, but collectively we've worked with over 1,000 participants, and currently Opportunity Now is working with 235 participants, providing those work readiness and job placement services. Next slide. Okay. So we are in various regions throughout the entire state of Louisiana. Right now, we are in 4 different regions. We're providing services, job placement services in the New Orleans area, as well as Jefferson Parish and surrounding parishes. We're also in Region 2, which covers East Baton Rouge, as well as all surrounding parishes around Baton Rouge. We are currently in Region 3, which works in the Houma and Lafourche area, as well as Northern Louisiana, which covers Region 8, which is in Monroe, as well as the surrounding parishes in Northern Louisiana. And we're also providing services through Texas Workforce Commission in Region 4 of Texas. And for the ones that do not know, that does cover our Beaumont, Orange, Port Arthur, and surrounding areas as well in the state of Texas. Next slide. So talking a little bit more about those programs, our focus, and I guess the number one question we always ask is, do you believe that when someone commits any act that may disagree with them, that society should lock them up and throw away the key? That is an important question that we ask ourselves when we're working with the following population. And now we're going to talk more about our criminal justice programs. We have been working and providing criminal justice services since 2015. And under our criminal justice services, we focus on reentry services as well as diversion services. So you can go to the next slide and we'll go ahead and start talking about those reentry services. Collectively, we have placed over 300 individuals in job placement that fell under the criminal justice services. Talking about our training and our methods for both reentry and diversion, we utilize various assets to gauge them and to also make them successful and gain those skills. Our classroom style training, where we actually are engaged with these individuals in the classroom several times a week, and we're teaching them those life skills and the work readiness skills that they need. We also utilize midterm and final reviews. There you will see that Jeopardy style, which I'll go more into detail, but basically we try to make it very fun and engaging for the participants that we're working with. So whenever we do get to our midterm and our final reviews, we like to make it fun and creative and engage in teamwork. So we do utilize a Jeopardy style method. We also do provide extensive case management, providing those services and the skills that they need. We do utilize positive reinforcement incentives. We also utilize reverse job fairs, which is very important, engaging them and getting them ready for the workforce. We utilize wraparound services because whenever they are outside of our program, they may need additional resources. So we do utilize wraparound services. We utilize motivational speakers, which helps them engage during the class and make it relatable. And of course, we focus on career prep and mock interviews, as well as on the job training, because our overall focus is getting these individuals to work. Next slide. The main objective of reentry services is to help restructure and reinforce the overall thinking of the participants while helping them become self-sufficient upon re-entering society. We do not focus on what got them in that particular position. We focus on them being successful once they're done with that particular program. So our overall focus is restructuring their mindset and trying to figure out what got them in that position, and then focusing on how to help them to be self-sufficient after this program. Next slide. Now, Opportunity Now do utilize various facets, and we are certified, and we do implement various aspects to help them with this transition. We do have a pre-release and re-entry program that is certified through the Department of Corrections. We also teach Cage Your Rage classes, which focuses on anger management, trying to cage that rage inside of them. The Moral Recognition Therapy, which we refer to as MRT, which focuses on accountability. And then Tapuku, which deals with the transformation of their mindset. Next slide. So we're going to focus more on the pre-release and re-entry focus. Our curriculum that we do utilize, again, is approved by both the Department of Corrections as well as Louisiana Workforce Commission. This is a 100-hour course, and this course does focus on life skills that are essential for transitioning back into the community. Our curriculum focuses on subjects such as personal development, because it is important that we focus on that and making sure that they get themselves together even before we start with the job placement aspect. We focus on problem solving and decision making. We want to make sure that they understand the importance of setting goals. We focus on anger management. And again, we do utilize a different component, which is the Cage Your Rage, that'll go more into detail of the anger management aspect. Again, the values and the goals. victim awareness, which covers that accountability factors, the counseling on individual community reentry, which focuses on those wraparound services, the employment skill and the job placement assistant, which focuses on getting them ready for the job, helping them to complete an application, to complete a resume, and of course, the mock interviews, how to properly dress, how to communicate on and off the job site, as well as money management and reentry support services. Once they get a job, what is the proper way that they should be utilizing their money? How can they manage that money? And then, of course, the reentry support services, the importance of following up if they are assigned a probation officer, if they are making sure that they are paying any type of restitution that they may have, the importance of understanding those support services that they have. Next slide. And these are just a few photos of in the class. The top photo is actually in the middle of a class, and then the bottom is actually at the end of a class for our graduation ceremony, which I'll go more into detail. Again, the Opportunity Now program allows participants to undergo nearly 4 months of in-depth work readiness and life skills training. So for a majority of our program, this class is 3 times a week. We do have programs that that we do provide at least 4 times a week, but we do go inside of the facility. So we're working with them before they're even released. We go inside the facility, we're teaching them various life skills as well as those work readiness skills. In order for them to be a part of our program, they have to have 15 months or less left of their sentence, so that the skills that they are receiving is going to truly be on their brain, on their mindset. During the duration of our class, if they successfully complete our class, they are awarded. They do receive rewards. Again, some of those rewards is the Jeopardy style review with incentives. Those incentives, depending on the facility, we do separate them into teams for the Jeopardy reviews, which are the midterm and final reviews. And depending on how well they do, each team will win. Their winnings can be anything from gift cards that's going to be left in their possession, even to money put on their books. So their commissary, we're able to award the winning team with money in their commissary, and that depends on the facility's preference. We do have a graduation ceremony, which I am the most proud of because we focus on family reunification. With that graduation ceremony, we are able to bring in outside vendors where they're able to have true food. So we're able to provide a caterer. We're also able, and of course this was pre-COVID days, we were able to invite some of their family members to come in and celebrate their graduation, because for some of these individuals, they've never even received the graduation, because unfortunately not all of them have graduated from high school. So this graduation ceremony is very important to them. And they're excited. We make it where they feel like they're no longer in the facility, where they're engaging with their family, they're eating outside food. And we also provide graduation shirts. So they're able to wear an Opportunity Now shirt for their graduation. And of course, they do receive a graduation certificate stating that they have completed the program. They've also received good time credits. And that's for our reentry programs, where if they successfully complete the programs, they will earn 4 months of good time credit. So they can get 4 months off of their sentence. So that's a really, really big incentive for them. And then final, our criminal justice release stipends, which is something that we do as an organization. This is not a loan. This is not grant-based. This is just something that our organization does for participants who successfully complete the program upon their release, because a lot of individuals have been locked up for so long that once they are released, they do not have support. They do not have the means to, be successful. So we do give them a release stipend. It's a small token of congratulations for participating and completing the program, where some of these individuals, it is a check, and some of these individuals will be able to get medications that they may need. A lot of these individuals are coming out with just the graduation shirt that they received and maybe some torn jeans and shoes that they receive in jail. And so with those stipends, they're able to go out and just buy a couple of clothes and get ready for that mindset of transitioning to jobs. One of the main focus that we talk about is work readiness. And so our main focus is getting them a resume. And we are all aware that whenever we apply for jobs, it is important that we have a viable phone number that an employer can contact us on. So a lot of our participants take the release stipend and get them a cell phone so that we can update their resume and they can have, a phone number, a viable phone number so that an employer can reach them. So these are just a few of the incentives that we do provide to our Opportunity Now participants in our criminal justice programs. Next slide. Again, our main focus is job placement, getting them ready to be a contributing factor to society. So while they are incarcerated, I do have a team of specialists who are actually teaching them those skills while they're incarcerated. But they're getting to know them. They're getting to know their skill set. They're getting to know what type of careers that they've done in the past, what their experience lie, what type of certifications they have. So while they're still incarcerated, the team of specialists are actually in the community and actively job developing for these individuals while they're still incarcerated. Again, as I just mentioned, our participants do receive a stipend that they will be able to utilize to purchase clothes and food and medication in that cell phone that I just spoke about. We also do write TWIC and hazmat appeal letters. A lot of our participants, when they go in, they do have certain skills that they want to put to use when they're released, but they do need a TWIC card. And as a convicted felon, they're often denied TWIC and hazmat certifications. So Opportunity Now does come in. We're able to write those TWIC and hazmat appeal letters so that they can get them upon their release. So far, I am proud to say that we do have a 100% rate where we have never been denied. Once we do an appeal letter, and a participant is not denied again. So we are very excited and proud of that rate. And then, of course, it is important that we know that these individuals, once they get out, the chances of them going back in, if they do not have anything to do, if they're not being productive citizens, go up drastically. So that is why it's important that we're job developing while they are still incarcerated, so that as soon as they get out, they immediately contact us because we build that relationship with them. They immediately contact us. We usually already have jobs lined up for them. And within 1 month of their release date, we have them working. So that is really, really important so that we can make sure that our recidivism rate is really, really low. And speaking of those recidivism rate, these are just a few stats. Overall, the state of Louisiana recidivism rate is at 32%. For the state of Texas, the recidivism rate is at 21.4%. And I am proud to say with our current method of approach and what we're currently utilizing, our recidivism rate is less than 7%. Actually, as of February of this year, our actual number was 5.5%. So everyone who is familiar with recidivism rates, you can know that that is a really low recidivism rate, and I'm very, very proud of that. Our recidivism rate is based on just some stats that we do provide the Louisiana Department of Corrections. Next slide. So just speaking a little bit about the diversion services that we do provide, we have also been providing diversion services since 2015, and we do refer to our diversion program as a second chance program for felony offenders. So next slide, just saying a little bit more about our our diversion program. It is important that you know that our diversion program is signed off by local judges here, as well as the district attorneys. And in order for these individuals to be in compliance and be successful with the diversion program, they must attend 3 months of work readiness and life skills training 3 nights a week. So it is important that they are working. Therefore, that's why we make it at night, that way that they can attend. They must also remain drug-free during the entire duration of diversion. Our classes are for 3 months and they are diversion for an entire year. So the first 3 months, they're in our classes. The following 9 months, they are still a part of diversion, but they're no longer attending work readiness classes. They must maintain those monthly check-ins. So even though we do not see them face to face, they are responsible for checking in with us once a month just to make sure that they're still drug-free, that they're still working. And then the bullet above stating that they cannot commit any more crimes during the diversion. If they do commit any type of crimes while they're on diversion, unfortunately, they are automatically removed from the program. And if they do successfully complete our diversion program, then their charges are going to be dismissed. And this runs directly through our district attorney, our local district attorney. Next slide. And that concludes the end of our adult services presentation. I'm now going to turn it over to Ms. Erin Champagne, who's going to speak about Opportunity Now's youth services.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. So I will be discussing our youth services division, and in our youth services division, we provide human development and self-sufficiency services to the youth population. And our primary focus is youth with disabilities and at-risk youth. And our clients do include federal, state, and local government, school districts, housing authorities, and community-based organizations. Now, the Opportunity Now Youth Services does provide pre-employment transition services, which is pre-ETS, community-based services, student employment services, academic support, as well as student support services. And we do provide transition services, and that is our pre-employment transition services, or pre-ETS. And they are to provide students and help them successfully transition from high school to either employment, post-secondary education, independent living, or a combination of the three. And pre-ETS is designed to help our students in the special populations, that's students with IEP, 504 plans, or doctor diagnosed disabilities, and this helps them to get a jump start on their future. Our transition services are a subset of the vocational rehabilitation services, and they are specifically for students aged 14 to 22. And we're able to do this through our partnerships with our school districts and our state clients, which is the Texas Workforce Solutions and the Louisiana Rehabilitation Services. We also provide pre-ETS as part of the vocational rehabilitation services to students while they are still in high school. Opportunity Now Youth Services started providing services to schools and students in 2016. And in 2016, we served one school in the New Orleans area with about 20 students. In 2018, the numbers grew and we served 15 schools in Louisiana, along with 300 students, and at 3 schools in Texas with about 100 students. Now, our last school year, the 2020-2021 school year, we provided services in 42 schools, and that was across Louisiana and Texas. And we serviced over 750 students. In our 2021-2022 projections, we are projected to service over 60 schools, and that's across Louisiana and Texas, with about 1,800 students served. And we will be doing 4 special initiative projects. Opportunity Now also provides embedded pre-ETS services, and this is where the students actually receive these services during their school day as a part of their school schedule. And Opportunity Now provides the curriculum, the staff, and the support resources to accomplish these pre-ETS embedded services. And we do provide services in all 5 of the pre-ETS categories. That is work readiness training or life skills, self-advocacy. This helps the students advocate for themselves because they are students with disabilities. It lets them know their rights when it comes to work and things like that. We do career exploration where we help the students explore different career paths. and help them see what career path would best suit them with their interests and their skills. We do training on post-secondary education to see if trade school, college is a good fit for them. And then if they do want to pursue that, we help them get accepted to colleges by doing FAFSA and college applications. And then we also do work-based learning experiences where we get our students paid employment opportunities so they can actually put their skills to work through actual experiences. And these are provided within the classroom, instruction and training, as well as outside the classroom, and that includes community and vocational activities. Our Opportunity Now classes incorporate a multitude of things, including hands-on activities, role-playing, group discussions, skills and interest inventories, where we actually do surveys with the students to see what they're interested in and what their best skills are. We connect their passions to possible career options for them. We also do exercises that help with critical and creative thinking. We have technology classes, and we help them get more used to technology. We have approved guest speakers, and we also do a project-based deliverable at the end of each year. That's kind of like a visual resume where they pick where they want to go, and then they have to describe how to get there through PowerPoint, poster boards, and actual presentations. We also do student exposures where we move beyond the classroom and expose our students to a variety of career and educational tours and shadowing experiences. We were able to provide this more frequently pre-COVID, but we became creative and figured out ways that we could still do it during the COVID era where we brought in virtual guest speakers and things like that. But we also do field trips with our students, and these field trips are determined by our students' interests. As mentioned before, they do complete a career interest form, and it captures a snapshot of what their actual interests are and the support systems that align with the student's employment or post-secondary educational interests. And then we try to fit that into the field trips and the tours, the job shadowing, and the work site tours. We also do employment opportunities. So our primary goal is to get our students paid work experiences. That's what we teach them throughout the school year, is how to find and maintain employment. And then we put those skills that they've learned in class to actual work, so they get real life work experiences. And this is very critical for our students with disabilities because they do face additional barriers to becoming self-sufficiency. And the pre-ETS program is about transitioning them from high school to the real world to be self-sufficient. So our primary goal is paid employment, and it helps our students meet immediate needs while also reinforcing the best practices that they've learned throughout the school year with us for that successful employment. And our students can also earn incentives through our program. And this includes gift cards, class celebrations where we do pizza parties. At one of our schools in Baton Rouge, our Ascension, actually, we provided canes for the students. And they were able to celebrate a good school year with canes. And then we also do other forms of special recognition as well, certificates, graduation ceremonies, things like that. And now I'm going to turn over the presentation to Mr. Roderick Washington with Creative Services.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here to share a little bit about our creative services. Our creative services arm for the XP Synergy companies is called Persuade. It came about in 2019 thanks to a merger between the XP Synergy media companies and Las Vegas-based Moniker Media and Creative. Our clients are internal and external, Internally, our clients are XP Synergy, Opportunity Now Adult Services, Opportunity Now Youth Services, along with federal, state, and local governments, private businesses, and community-based organizations. In our creative services, we have a mindset that excuses are roadblocks. And I use a phrase often that says, when you really want something, you'll find a way. When you don't really want something, you will find excuses. Well, with our team, we develop solutions and not excuses. We try to find ways to help our clients achieve the goals that they have, whether it is storytelling or information sharing, just doing what it takes to enhance their opportunities to share and communicate effectively and efficiently with their target audiences. Our methods, quite simple. We believe in quality, consistency, and clear communication. We work hard to give our clients consistent quality, and that is achieved through clear communications. We don't assume customer is always right, but we want to make sure that we are doing every single thing we can to meet and exceed the goals of all of our customers, no matter how big or small. When you consider our impact, Opportunity Now has been blessed to have representation on the Louisiana State as a Model Employer Task Force, or SAME Task Force. We're thankful leadership of our team leader, and the state of Louisiana, under the leadership of Governor John Bel Edwards, wants to improve with this task force how it hires, recruits, retains people with disabilities. And our creative team is able to help be a part of that effort by helping to produce promotional videos directed at state employees. And some of the key talent in those videos will include our governor, our lieutenant governor, the commissioner of administration, the DOTD secretary, and also the secretary of DCFS. And they are all sending messages directly to their employees within their respective state agencies to help them take an annual survey so that the state of Louisiana can gather the necessary information to see how it's doing and what improvements or enhancements can be made when it comes to hiring, recruiting, and retaining people with disabilities. And I will throw in that, as our team leader mentioned earlier, our Division of Internships and Initiatives is also participating in this effort. There we have a group of college interns that are either pursuing their bachelor's or master's degree in social work. And they will be taking the data collected from the surveys and analyzing these thousands of surveys that we receive from state employees so that we can help determine what changes and adjustments are needed for the state of Louisiana to be a model employer. And by the way, we are donating all of these services, the promotional videos and the data analysis that our interns are doing as well, because we don't just talk about it, we believe it, and we want to support efforts to help make our home state the best that it could be as a model employer. A little bit more about our creative team and our impact. Through 2020, 2021, we produced over 500 individual creative media resources for our various clients. We've been able to enhance the brands of the XP Synergy companies, and that's done through fueling our efforts of growth across all of our divisions. A special component of what we do is Project Create. Project Create is a program, an initiative, and also a school course. It provides media training, creative media training and development for youth, specifically youth in high school. Our areas of focus include videography, editing, script writing, photography, graphic design, and creative writing, all on a professional level. In 2016, Project Create was launched, and it was established as a creative media training and paid internship for 6 high school students with disabilities in New Orleans. By 2018, it had evolved and became an official high school course. And since 2016, we've been able to provide paid and unpaid media internships to nearly 300 youth with disabilities. Project Create was established as a part of the Performing Arts graduation pathway for St. James and Lutcher High Schools in the St. James Parish School System. An added component that's being introduced this year for their students within that same school system is web coding and web development. And we're looking forward to it. We're really excited to see how our students are able to take in this new opportunity, take advantage of it, because as we know, this is the future. And the opportunities for career growth and career advancement because of having an early introduction to something like web coding, web development, and the creative arts will put them on a greater path towards success. Project Create has also served as a diversionary resource for at-risk students involved in criminal justice system. And when I say that, you think about students who are often labeled, and sometimes they fit that description because they've not had the proper exposure or opportunities to grow and evolve. But through Project Create, we've been able to take troubled students, students with disabilities, or students who showed low interest in school, and ignite a fuel and see them, I guess you can say, go through a metamorphosis, transform, and come out of their shells and take to this in such an astounding way to where you cannot believe that these were the same students. So this is not just an arts elective, it's an opportunity for a career pathway that many never even dreamed about. That's what we do in Project Create. In 2021, we had the distinct pleasure of offering a paid summer internship at multiple locations. We advertised to students at various school systems where Opportunity Now is providing services. And it was an opportunity for these students to learn new skills like videography, video editing, marketing, script writing, and more. And it wasn't just something that was handed to them. It was a competitive process that they went through. They had to submit a video application in addition to going online and filling out, a regular application, but they had to tell us, why they want to participate in our summer internship and how programs such as Opportunity Now is helping them to achieve their goals. And by the way, we paid these students. Again, in Louisiana, our interns were paid $12 an hour, $12 an hour. So there were a lot of students who applied and competed, and we were able to expose dozens through 4 2-week cohorts. They took place in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at Bel Air High School, in the Lafayette area at Opelousas High School, and also in Beaumont, Texas, and Corpus Christi, Texas. We were able to employ a total of 40 interns, and collectively, they worked more than 2,000 hours during the summer of 2021. And these students were able to produce capstone projects. They weren't just there learning about the creative arts. We were exposing them to Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and they were able to put together works of art. They produced flyers, they produced videos as well. As a matter of fact, we want to share at least one of the projects that our team of student interns were able to produce. And I'm not sure if you all were able to hear the audio. I just got a text message. Let's see if I can do something right here that will allow me to do that. Yep, here we go. So I'm going to play that back for you.
At Project Create, we're learning new skills and cool things that most people only see on television or in movies.
We are learning about things like photography and how to make posters and flyers.
I really love video production and taking creative thoughts from my mind and turning them into a script and making cool videos for the world to see.
This internship is a great opportunity to help our students gain confidence and to put them in a position to do wonderful things in the future.
Adobe Photoshop and Premiere are just some of the tools that we've been learning about and know how to use now.
Our interns are phenomenal. We've been giving them a crash course in videography and photography and production techniques, and they've taken to it so well they've been able to produce products and commercials and stuff for us by the end of the camp.
I'm so proud of these men and women, and I could only imagine what they would be capable of if they could have this program throughout the entire school year.
And I just have fallen in love with all the kids. I love all you guys. You guys are special in your own unique way.
Don't you know we can do anything we set our minds to?
We are Project Create!
To find out more about how Project Create can impact your students, please visit our website at www.persuade.com.
As you can see, the interns are phenomenal. They help write the script. They help work the cameras. They help conduct the interviews, and they help with the editing as well. This is an intern-produced piece by students with disabilities. There's no limit to what they can do. All we have to do is find a way to reach, teach, and encourage them to be greater than they have been in the past and greater than the expectations that society has placed upon them. That's what we do in Project Create, and we're proud to have it as a component of our creative work through Persuade and Opportunity Now in the XP Synergy Conference. With all that being said, I'm going to turn things back over to our team leader, Mr. Joe Lewis.
All right, thank you, Rod. That was absolutely fantastic. So we have about 10 minutes left and we can take some questions at this point. All right, so I see a question from Ms. Ann Broussard asking about where is the program held. This year in Louisiana, we did it in East Baton Rouge Parish with a great, fantastic partnership with the LRS Baton Rouge region, which was absolutely amazing to work with, and East Baton Rouge Parish Schools. We also invited students from Ascension Parish at Donaldsonville to participate. And they worked not only with students within Opportunity Now, but students that were not in Opportunity Now and adults through the internship. And then we also did it in Lafayette with St. Landry Parish Schools and Lafayette Parish Schools. We had students apply. As Rod mentioned earlier, we had hundreds of students to apply for these slots in both Texas and Louisiana, and we only selected 40. Very proud of Persuade and working with other employers to bring this opportunity for our kids, because not only did we want them to learn these skills and techniques and work on real projects for clients, but to also get paid $12 an hour, which I thought was amazing. And Bambi, I see that you got back on. Could you talk a little bit about our partnership with the same task force and the work that Rod spoke of for the surveys that are getting ready to come out?
Sure. We do have a question from our YouTube channel. How do we connect you all to see if the program is a good fit for our clients, and how does your intake process work?
Okay, which program are we speaking of?
Let's see if I know the YouTube channel is a little bit delayed.
So I will just kind of talk a little bit. When it comes to youth services and what we do with pre-employment transition services, we work through Louisiana Rehabilitation Services, LRS, and local school districts just to see if it's a good fit. We pretty much have planning meetings. Our LRS clients on the regional level have been amazing in connecting us with schools that may be a good fit for our model, because our model is embedded. We try to provide services during the school day, and we want it to be a part. We want students to get as much benefits as possible, so they're learning, while they are in school, which helps to cut down any potential obstacles for our school partners. When it comes to Project Create, we typically provide Project Create for students who are in the Opportunity Now program, and we partner with not only Persuade, but other media entities that we have good relationships with, because for us, it's about not only exposing our students, but developing a pipeline of potential talent. And as Rod mentioned earlier, getting our students to see beyond their current realities, and that, what, I can make movies. I can be in advertising and marketing. And for these employers, it gives them a really good a shot at getting a firsthand look at these students and getting them to dispel any misconceptions and stereotypes they may have about working with individuals with disabilities.
Okay, and the person who asked the question said that it was age 22, and is that it's youth services, and is that age limit hard set?
Yes. So in Texas, we work with students as young as 14, in Louisiana it's 16, and in both states it's 22. For our embedded pre-eds program, I want to add that. Outside of the age of 22, then they would transition into our adult vocational rehabilitation services.
Okay, and will your programs help young women and young men with felonies be able to get trained to get a job? I've heard most of them have a hard time getting jobs due to felony. Is it a guarantee?
There's no guarantees. It's up to each individual person. I will say this, what we can commit to doing is giving our very best. We started providing pre-employment transition services because we started seeing young people younger and younger in our felony diversion programs. And so it's because of that trend, we decided to start working with schools and see if we can try to make a connection while they are in school. But Alayna Carter and her team, they do an amazing job of helping individuals with felony backgrounds find employment, and not only find employment, maintain employment.
Thank you. I don't see any other questions, but if people have questions, they can still type those in, whether you're on Zoom or on YouTube. And I'll just share a little bit. We really thank Mr. Lewis and his team. They have been great partners. As Mr. Washington shared, they are creating videos that will help promote our annual survey that we send to state employees to be able to identify if we have what trends we have in employment for people with disabilities within our state government. Those videos will also be available beyond that to be able to promote state as a model employer, which also promotes just employment of people with disabilities in general. And so they, as Mr. Washington said, they have volunteered all of their talents and resources to producing these videos. And it is definitely, we're so excited about that and really appreciate their partnership in doing that. And we'll be sharing more information with everyone through our Governor's Office of Disability Affairs newsletter on how all that works out, and also links to those videos. And I'm going to check one more time for questions. We have many comments of people saying what a great presentation this is. We really appreciate you guys. Weren't scheduled to be our first session, but you really set the stage of the great information that everyone will receive throughout this conference. So if I don't see any other questions, so thank you, XP Energy Company, and your presentation with Opportunity Now.
Okay, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right.
Thanks. And now we'll go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording now.